Hi, I'm Ann Campbell, Reference Librarian at Yonkers Riverfront Library. This class is Introduction to PowerPoint Part 2. So let's share my screen so you can see. Okay. So this was PowerPoint 1. All right. If you have not taken this class yet, I do have the video up on YouTube now. But this happens to be, let's go over this, the slides that we have. This first slide happens to be, I'll do the down-facing arrow, I'm on the Home tab. It's a title slide. So if you need to first create some of these things, this is the title and there's the subtitle, okay? Yeah, ignore where it says PowerPoint Part 1, okay? So this happens to be a title and content slide. Okay, and we typed the title and then we did this for, I'll show you right here where you have the bullets, okay? On slide 4, this happens to be a title and 2 content where we put in 2 pictures. And this slide, title and content, and then we just put in a little text box. All right, so now let's review PowerPoint Part 1. This is kind of boring, it's just all plain white. So you want to go to the Design tab and give it a nice design. So here's the Design tab. And you can pick any of these. And it applied to all, see? And you could do the down-facing arrow to do here to do some slight changes, the down-facing arrow here to see more types of styles, if you want to play around with that a little bit. Okay. This is the Insert tab. Like a minute ago, I mentioned about putting in a text box. This is what I did on this last slide. That was a text box where that got put in, okay? So to put in a new slide, it's really very easy. You go to the Home tab, the down-facing arrow under New Slide. Okay. And the other thing we had done was we worked with transitions, how you can transition from one slide to the next. But not to worry, when we get to animations, we'll do that first, then transitions. Okay, so let's just go to my screen here. So let's go to the last slide, which was slide 5. And you want to put in a new slide, title and content, right there. All right. And right up here, the title is going to be Calendar of Events. Here, you're going to put in a table. So that's like a Microsoft Word table. We want 7 columns for the 7 days of the week, and you want 3 rows. Here are 3 rows. I want to stretch it out a little bit. And you want to pick a different design. This is a little too dark. So if you notice, we're in the table tools. And see these choices? If by mistake layout got picked, like, wait, how do I get back there? Go back to design. This down-facing arrow under the designs. We want to find something a bit light. I tend to like this row. See how this says light? And you pick one of these colors. I'm going to pick this one. See how that worked out? You have all the different boxes. And you're going to start typing. I don't like the way that looks. In fact, let's make this a little bigger. Zoom in on that. You can, after the fact, highlight it all. Make sure you're at the Home tab. Maybe you don't want it bold. You just want it larger. Font. Maybe like that. That's a little too large there. Maybe you want to change the font style. Okay. Now, we want to put in different activities. I'm hitting tab to go from one box to the next. Just Well, we have to fix this again later anyway, because the word mountain doesn't fit well. Okay. You could actually do a little cheat and make this a little like that. All I did was give Thursday more space. Otherwise, if you really wanted to, you could have just, yeah, I know, scuba diving has a typo as well. Trust me, I teach this class typos all the time with other folks too. We'll fix that in a moment. Smaller, what have you. And change font style. Well, let's fix this word. Let's see if a right click will fix it. Yep, because it was underlined with the red squiggly, and we fixed it. Now, what's this cool trick? You don't have to keep typing it over and over again. You can highlight it and do copy and paste. And you can try to do 2 at a time. Sometimes this gets a little tricky. You'll end up putting 2 boxes inside another box, and it's 2 boxes within a box. But whenever I've taught this class, it seems to work all right. Okay? Now, if I grab 3 of them, copy. And you can jazz this up a little bit. You go back to where it says calendar of events, you realize, oh, I want this to be in color, a pretty color. Use all your artistry when you're taking this class. Have fun with it. Okay, now let's try to pick the background color. Shape fill, there's shape fill, okay? So I'm clicked where, right before where it says calendar of events. You can see I'm in the type of a text box. And look right above, shape fill. You can give this a little bit of a color. See? If you want to pick more colors, you can, here's more fill colors. 2 choices are doing it this way or standard and picking something like that. I'm just going to cancel right now. Let's say I wanted a shape outline. That's a green, you can barely see it. So if you go to weight, you can make it a little thicker. Now you can definitely tell I did that. So that's, you know, you want to dress up your document a little bit. So that's how you put in a table, which is a word feature. Now, the next page we're going to do, we'll do a new slide, title and content. Now, see, we adjusted the table. The next one we'll do is a chart, which is an Excel chart. So let's first type. Okay. Let's click on right there, Excel. Don't worry if you never took Excel before. This is just very rudimentary. So you're already taking PowerPoint, so you're already a step above just barely learning Microsoft Word. So not to worry about it. So look at that, even without choosing something, it decides, how about this chart? Say, okay, click on OK. What you're looking at, don't worry about this activation thing, it's inherent to our computers. What you see right up here is you can change some of these things. It doesn't have to say series 1, 2, 3 or category 1, 2, 3, 4. But look behind, look under here. You already have a chart created. But we want to change this. We're talking about weather, not category 1, 2, and 3. So for series 1, let's make sure you click right into the box. Just, you can't tell, but if actually you can, see? Surrounded by the green. Put in sunny days. Next one is rainy days. And the next one is perfect days. Now, if you do know a little bit about Excel, you can do the double click and resize them. Otherwise, don't worry about it. And for those sharp-eyed people that noticed I had put in a capital A, by the time I finished the word, it did lowercase. And you can see down here, it says sunny days, rainy days, perfect days. Now let's change the categories to see that all happen down here. So if we're happy with this, let me get my image out of the way. You close this box right there. See? Oops. And there you go. Now let's say you wanted to edit this again. No, that's not it. I'm just showing you these other things for folks that know Excel. Edit data, which is right above. Okay, so sorry about that. Let's get rid of that so you're not confused. Right above, you could change your chart type if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. Edit data. Not in Excel 2013. If you did that, you're going to end up being in an Excel Microsoft program. Just do edit data. There we go. A little slow. Let's say there were more than just 2 perfect days. Let's choose 3.3. You see this blue just went up. That just went up. Let's say they had more rainy days, 3. Now that went up. See how you can change it? There you go. Now let's say again, you want to do shape fill and play around with this a little bit. Change that. You could put in a chart title. If you don't want that chart title, you can backspace or delete it. And you'll notice when you deleted it, it comes out a little bit bigger. See? Okay. So that was putting in an Excel chart. What about SmartArt Graphic? Let's do new slide, title and content. We've done the word chart, we've done the Excel. This is SmartArt Graphic. Let's add a title. Okay, now let's choose SmartArt Graphic, which is the 3rd choice. And I won't make you scroll through this entire thing. Just click on Cycle on the left-hand side here. And look for this image right here, Cycle Matrix. So it's Cycle, Cycle Matrix. Now, get out of this box that came up. Slide this out of the way. All right, there's like one text box sitting on top of another text box, etc. It can get very, very confusing. So let's try not to mess with those. In other words, don't slide it around or anything. You're going to type perfect weather over here. Now the neat thing about this, as you start typing, the letters shrink to fit in the text box. It's really cool. Speaking of cool, here's cool and mild. And I'm using the mouse to go from one field to the next. Here, spring. See, it happens in this text box as well. Winter. Now, what I forgot to say was, as we're working along, you want to do saving. Save your document. Because what if you just messed it up a little bit and you can't go back? All right, I shouldn't have saved it like that. It's okay. All right, so again, let's play around with this. I need to leave the top. I'm going to leave the top as it is. We'll just play with these things. You're under Design. You're under SmartArt Tools because I'm clicked into this box with all these things here. Right, hover, you can see it does different things. You go at an angle. Maybe I don't like these colors. It's so incredibly boring. There's 4 different colors. Format. Shape fill now is on the left-hand side. I just made that a little bit grayer. Let's see. Shape fill. See how I changed those colors just a little bit? It's very subtle. Maybe I want to shape fill back here. Maybe I want to shape fill in this one. Now shape fill is on the right-hand side. Okay. So that is that slide. All right, let's do an insert. Not insert, you don't have to do that, it's too many clicks. New slide, title and content, you guessed it. Okay, so now you want to put in a video. Fair warning, videos, if they're copyright controlled, they're not going to come up. Just have to warn you about that. So let's search YouTube. I'm going to put in Yonkers Public Library. Because from a file, there are no videos on this computer, so I can't even begin to show you that. Well, you know what? Let's pretend if there were videos. That's like documents. There'd be some kind of video thing from this PC. Ah, here we go. See, nothing. But you would find it just like in documents, you would find it. Okay? So we're going to get something from the computer. Let's put in the Yonkers Public Library. Looks like a story time. This is the easiest way to do it. Now, you should be out. Click on playback, because right now you just have an image. You come up here, video tools, and then all the way to the left, click play. Now you can play.
Hello, I'm Miss Eileen from the Yonkers Library in New York. But for now, I'm at home with all of my favorite books, and I'd like to read a few with you today.
Okay, so you can see it works. Okay? Now let's have some fun. Let's do some let's do a slideshow, a plain slideshow to see what happens. Okay? Let's go click on the slideshow tab. Start from the beginning. It's going to be nothing fancy at this point. I have to hit the enter key or the mouse key for it to continue through. Sorry, I left the sound on my computer. I think I added a sound effect. I'll have to check into that. When you're all done, escape. All right, let's go to animation. We're going to go to the very first one. Okay, before we do anything else, we don't want it to start, let's see. Let's go to transitions. Yeah, see, there was a hammer sound. I want that gone. I do not want a hammer sound. No sound. We're not advancing on a mouse click. Looks like somebody was trying to tape something. Let's say apply to all. And I said after 2 seconds. I'm under the transition tab. Let's try to do a slideshow again. Should do it by itself without sound. There we go. Okay, it's done. Okay. Let's animate everything first. Go back to your first screen. So animations are with each segment, not the entire slide, but here's a segment. Or not that one, PowerPoint part 1. Sorry about that. That's the instructor's copy. Okay, let's say we'll swivel this. Now I'm in the subtitle. Bounce that one. You see there's number 1 here and a number 2. So we put an animation on the first one and the second one. Go to the next slide. Package includes. Here's the down facing arrow. Now I'm in this section. Oh, look at this. A blank slide. How did that happen? I just hit delete. It's gone. These are 2 different images. You can also change the effect if you want it to come up or down. Use from the pool. Now you can really spend some time doing this. And I am doing it for all of these so you can get the idea. Some of them will look good, some won't be so great. But this is all just playing around. Here's the weather. Sometimes I have to click twice to make sure that I got it properly, that I'm in the text box properly. All right, the last one. I'll do it with the video, that's okay. Okay, so that was animations. Now let's go to transitions. The first one, here's the second one. Third one. This one. Now the last one. And again, you can play with the effect options there. Okay. So let's see if this worked. I have to go back to slideshow from the beginning. So you're seeing the way it transitions from one slide to the next, and also different animations for each segment. And that's slideshow. All right, I just want to go back to talking about, let's just throw in another slide for a moment. A more complicated way of putting in a video is if you went to YouTube. So this is a YouTube video.
To fly a rocket ship.
All right, well, I know that's the ad right now, but if it were to work, you could do a share this way. You could either copy and paste this. Okay. Paste it like that. Hope it works. But it doesn't make sense when you can just do it automatically, but I wanted to show you that that was a way to do it. You have that to embed it, or embed, there's your embed link, okay? These were the harder ways to do it, but now that we have this 2013, it's not so bad. And that is the class. So I hope you enjoyed the PowerPoint 2. And you can always go to GCF Learn Free, which is from our website, and explore it some more. All right, take care. Recording.